already know what schools could be potentially overcrowded next year?
No. Again, because we actually have a request out to all of our agencies, we have all but one to collect the same data but at the new boundaries. So what I can say is, based on the board's adopted plan, some of the schools that will remain over capacity will be Ellicott Mills Middle School, Gorman Crossing Middle School, or elementary school, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the elementary school list, going by memory on the middle school list. And this is going to be for 2020, 2021.
Right.
Bryant Woods, although it was affected by redistricting, it's anticipated it'll be a little bit above 110% capacity utilization. Centennial Lane, Clemens Crossing. Sorry, Cradle Rock. Pointers, yes. Going down. I already said that one. Potentially Hollowfield Station, it's right on the border in terms of capacity utilization. Northfield Elementary School and Talbot Springs. And those are Pointers Run, actually based on the adopted plan, will go under for capacity utilization. It originally was projected to be at 124, but based on the board's decision on boundaries, it's projected to go down to 101. Now, these again are the reaggregated projections. I don't know what will happen in terms of movement of one of the biggest changes in our projection is the effect of a boundary decision. So once we reaggregate all the data, the information that I'm giving you now might change slightly depending on what we see. Fulton? I see Fulton. So Fulton actually, based on the redistricting decisions, the board will actually go down within capacity utilization if the projection holds from 2019.
And the high schools?
High schools? So for the high schools, with the adopted plan that the board put into place, Centennial is anticipated to remain above target utilization but go down to 115%. Hammond High School is in the same light. It'll be right at capacity target utilization, 110%, but it's also going to hold steady at that. Howard, for 2020 and the reaggregated projection anticipated to be at 126%. So they will be above, but above 110%. And then Mount Hebron will be at 113%. And Reservoir. Those will remain above 110% capacity utilization, with the caveat, of course, we're aggregating all of our data and it could change.
And to your knowledge, then the rest of the high schools are at or under capacity?
Yes.
And which schools are under capacity still?
None.
None.
None. All 12 high schools were impacted by redistricting, so the only school that was outside of target utilization with Glenelg High School was population was added to it.
I do think it's important to note also with the high schools that the projections, as Ms. Kamen read off, are based off of the current capacity needs, although several of those high schools during the redistricting process were left at a higher utilization, knowing that High School 13 is coming online and they will receive relief at that point.
He came over and handed me these
Yes.
2 pages. This
Yes,
is what
ma'am.
you were reading from
Yes,
just
ma'am.
in response to Councilmember Young's questions. And this was done in November 21, immediately after the redistricting, to see where things landed.
Yes.
It only goes through 2023.
Yes, it only, but that's what we had asked our consultant to do, is to show the 1 year and 5 year time frame.
Okay. Okay, and so when does Howard County Public School System start having the conversations with Department of Planning and Zoning about these are the projections and this is what we're?
So we go to DPZ and about, I think this time, because we were doing redistricting, November timeframe, to get the housing projections that Jeff's office, Mr. Bronow's office, works on. He provided what his housing projections would be for the same, using the same timeframe of data, September 30th. I want to say we got that around Christmas time, around winter break. So we'll incorporate his updated housing projection into our updated housing projection that comes in June. Our school projection that comes in June, excuse me.
Okay.
You made the statement that no schools were under capacity at the high school level. So I don't want, so what about under capacity at the elementary and the middle level?
Oh, sure. So we have no undercapacity schools. Oh, wait, hold on. I want to make sure I said that correctly. At the middle school level, we have one school that will start under capacity. That would be Elk Ridge Landing, but it grows back into 90 to 110% the following year.
So that's using 90% as the undercapacity
Yeah, that's
number.
using 90%.
Which ones are under 100?
Which ones are under 100? So the range is 90 to 110, but at the middle schools, if you want to look at under 100, that would be Wild Lake, Lime Kiln, Lake Elkhorn, Glenwood, Elk Ridge Landing. That's it. For high schools, if you want to do the same thing, even though there's none that are under 90%,
Elementary.
elementary
You gave us
first?
high.
Okay, so, oops, I'm sorry. So it would be Worthington as being under 90. Triadelphia Ridge, Swans Field, but it will be growing into 90% the following year. Stevens Forest. And that's it. Oh, wait, one more, sorry. Bellows, but also Bellows will be growing into 90% the following year.
Okay, Ms.
High school is, they're on under 90%, but
Would get under 100%.
under 100, okay. Glenelg, Oakland Mills, and Wild Lake.
Okay.
Isn't
And the-
Bushy Park under as well?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
on the
Bushy Park, I'm
elementary
sorry,
school,
I
you
did
went back
miss
to the
Bushy Park,
90.
yep.
Did you go back to the 90% when you read the elementary schools, or were those
Yeah, I
under
went back to
100?
I went back to the 90%. So, all right, elementary schools, under 100. Bellows, Bushy, Dayton Oaks, Deep Run, Forest Ridge, Fulton, Hanover, Ilchester, Jeffers Hill, Laurel Woods, Lisbon, Longfellow, Running Brook, Stevens, Forest, Swansfield, Triadelphia Ridge, Waterloo, and Worthington. That's under
Okay.
100.
Ms. Mello.
In the interest of time, I defer.
Okay, Ms.
Mercer Rigby.